The Giants just keep walking off the Padres. In April, it was Nick Hundley who sent everybody home happy. In June, it was Hunter Pence who got the big hit and played the part of the hero. And last night, it was who else but Madison Bumgarner. Why? Because, of course, he's Madison Bumgarner. Giants Padres next. We've got Wednesday night baseball here at AT&T Park as we get ready to wrap up this three-game series. It's the Padres and Giants. Welcome to NBC Sports Bay Area, and it's powered by Xfinity. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, you want to win series, whether it's meaningless or not, and the Giants are taking these games very serious. They're going to send to the mound Casey Kelly, and playing behind Casey Kelly are a lot of young guys.
A lot of young guys, so a lot of opportunity for young guys tonight. In regards to Casey Kelly, he's been really good in 18 and two-thirds innings this year. His ERA is 2.09. They need to get him a win. Giants have already won the season series with the Padres 11-7. They'd like to win this last series against them here at home. So, hey, find a way to make it important, and that definitely makes it important.
And have some fun, and we'll have some fun. We always seem to do that. All right, stay tuned. We'll take you to our NBC Sports Bay Area studios for an update, and we'll do that right after this.
No hidden fees. That's transparency. By Jack in the Box. Try something different, like Jack's Teriyaki Bowls. Only at Jack in the Box for a limited time. And by SoFi, a modern finance company.
I want to do that. Oktoberfest happening at AT&T Park as the Giants get set for the final matchup of the season with the San Diego Padres. Welcome back to our broadcast, everybody. The Giants getting a little momentum last night with an extra inning walk-off win. If you missed it, quick recap. Gorkys Hernandez led off the 12th inning with a triple. Pitcher's position is due up next. Giants are out of position players. So who are you going to call? I'm going to date myself because it's not the Ghostbusters. You're going to call Mad Bum, and we're going to make it our Ford Smart Play. It's brought to you by your Northern California Ford dealers, and Dwayne Kuiper has the call.
On the ground, and this game is over. And Bumgarner, is he going to let him attack him? He is. He'll let it go so far, and then he'll start to fight.
All right, it's Madison's first career pinch hit walk-off. I'm assuming not his first sports drink dump denial, though. He looked like a pro there. Last Giants pitcher to have a pinch hit walk-off, Don Robinson, July 31st, 1990, versus the Astros. All right, you're going to get a look at the young ones this evening. Casey Kelly will be on the hill for your San Francisco Giants. You got lineups, you got first pitch, you got Dwayne and Mike. Stay with us.
Game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is definitely open this weekend. It's 57 degrees here at the park tonight. You see the winds and humidity, and for the third night in a row, it's going to be cool and breezy. So there's Casey Kelly as he leads the Giants out of the dugout in the lineup. that Casey Kelly's going to be facing, and it's brought to you by Southwest Airlines, goes like this. It'll be Freddie Galvis, who's had a terrific, I mean a terrific series, followed by Myers, and then another guy that's had a good series. It's Franmil Reyes, then it's Renfroe, Hedges, in Spangenberg. It'll be Perella who's going to play at first base. Jankowski will hit 8th, and Perdomo will pitch and bat 9th.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the 28-year-old right-hander Casey Kelly. Kelly 6'3", 215-pounder. And this is what he has done. 6 appearances, 2 as a starter, 0-2 with a 2.89 ERA, 18 2/3 innings, with 22 hits allowed, 13 strikeouts. Well, what you're going to see is a low 90s fastball that, when he's right, he'll spot on both sides of the plate. He's a high 3/4 release, and you got a very good curveball. It's a straight down biter. He's got a little cutter, more kind of a tight little slider, and a changeup. And he will throw anything at any time. Let's take a look at the Giants defensively. Starting in their outfield from left to right, it'll be Shaw, Blanco, and Pence. Avellino and Hansen, they'll be on the left side of the infield. Panic and Slater, they'll be on the right side. Aramis Garcia, he'll be in the squat, putting down the signs. Scheduled day off for Brandon Crawford, and Evan Longoria hit a ball off his shin last night. He needs another day as it's pretty tender.
So here's Freddie Galvis to lead things off. And the first pitch of the ball game is on its way, and it's in the dirt. So we get started right on time, as we'd expect in this ballpark. Galvis went 1 for 4 on Monday, but then last night he went 4 for 5, and that's jacked up his average to 246. And he skies this one to left for Shaw as the ball drifts back, and Shaw on the warning track makes the catch, and that's how this game gets started. So here's Myers. Myers has 3 hits in the series. Always dangerous. And a first pitch strike, and it's 0-1.
For Kelly, it's important to get a feel of your specialty pitches early in the game and establish a fastball on both sides of the plate for strikes. That's his goal early on. I mean, it's usually true with every pitcher, but for Kelly, I mean, he's not going to blow you away with a lot of velocity. He's going to be low 90s.
Fouled at the plate. Well, I think Bruce Bochy explained when he made his first start in Cincinnati, you know, he can do everything, right? He holds guys on, feels his position, he can bunt, and he's a guy that has pitched a lot of innings, so he's not afraid.
Oh, he's a pro. He's been around. You saw the numbers there. His last win was in 2012. Member of the Padres, he beat the Rockies.
And it's unlikely that anybody on that in that visiting dugout, there aren't any left that he had played with. Got him.
Good curveball. And we saw him his first outing. He came to open up with the Giants against Pittsburgh. He shut out the Pirates 5 innings. And there is that curveball. That's our pitchcast, brought to you by SoFi, a modern finance company. It's a knuckle curveball, but it's a tight break, and you can see the off-speed effect as well, having Will Myers reaching way out front. In that game against Pittsburgh, he had a curveball early on, and it was a great pitch for him that day.
Here's Reyes. Reyes hitting 286. He's got 16 home runs, 30 driven in.
Well, we've seen him go to right field a lot in this series. On that last swing, he was trying to hit one out to left.
He's had 5 hits in the series. And that runs inside. And the Giants are going to see if they can force Reyes to to hit pitches on the inner half of the plate. See what he can do with that. Taps it. Foul. Garcia couldn't quite get to it in time. Hey, by the way, how are the Phillies doing?
Well, they're not faring very well. They have hit the skids, and Colorado Rockies are thumping them right now. Game of the 5th inning. It is 9-0 Colorado.
One and two. It's Addison behind the dish, then Hudson, Walcott, and Marley from first to third.
First time we've seen Ryan Addison. He's a rookie, so we'll be learning his strike zone, as you are.
So it's a full count now to Reyes, with Renfroe to follow. Padres 4-6 in their last 10 games. They're 34-46 on the road. They've played better on the road than they've played at home. Hit into center field, and Blanco with plenty of room. And Casey Kelly with a 1-2-3 first inning. For the Giants, it'll be Pence, Blanco, and Panik coming up. It'll be Pence, who's really hit the ball well over his last 6 games, followed by Blanco, Panik, and Shaw. Aramis Garcia will hit 5th, and it's Hanson, Slater. Avellino is going to hit in the A spot, then it's Casey Kelly.
On the hill tonight for the Padres will be the right-hander Luis Perdomo, 25 years of age. He's in his 3rd year at the big league level, and this is what he has done this year: 1-6 with a 7.56 ERA. However, on the road he has been very good. His ERA on the road is 2.57. He just gets torched at home. When he's on, he's very, very good. He's got a power sinker. You can see a fastball, that big-time sink in mid-90s. He's also got a curveball and a changeup.
And a call strike. Pence hitting .228, 4 home runs, 23 runs batted in. And he takes another strike, so now it's 1-2. Hunter looking for something middle in.
Well, she loves Hunter Pence.
Yeah, we do too. Rolled to Galvis. 1 out.
We have to ask you, how far would you go for a Togo? Brought to you by Togo's Pretzel Ramen. And last night, Hunter Pence hit a home run off of Robbie Erlin, out to left center, 102 miles per hour, hit it 397 feet, made the score 3-2. Giants would go on to win. That's our Togo's Pretzel Ramen.
Gregor Blanco had one of the huge hits in the Giants win last night as he doubled on a left field line. Here he takes a ball. It's 1-0. He had 220, couple of home runs, 11 runs batted in.
Got to be patient with Perdomo. He does not have great command. He's got great stuff, great movement, but 22 walks in 41 innings, that's a lot of walks.
And there's a strike to make it 2 balls and 1 strike.
And Perdomo's made 7 starts lifetime against the Giants. He's 2-0 with a 3.80 ERA. And he always pitches well here with a lifetime ERA at 3.1 here at AT&T. So bottom line is he comes into this game with a 7.56 ERA. Don't let that fool you. He's got great stuff, and you've got to really have quality at bats to beat this guy in this ballpark.
And the 2-2 pitch is fouled out of play.
Let's take a look at the Padres defensively tonight, starting in the outfield from left to right. It's going to be Renfroe, Jankowski, and Reyes. Great arms in left and right. Galvis, Myers left side, Spangenberg, Pereira right side, Austin Hedges. He'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Joe Panik on deck. 1 out here in the bottom of the 1st inning. A cool night here at AT&T Park, and he got him on the inside corner. That ball came back.
Front door sink and a perfect pitch.
All Giants games on NBC Sports Bay Area are streamed live on the NBC Sports app for mobile or tablet. Stream the Giants on the go, and it's brought to you by your NorCal Honda dealer.
Take a look at front door sink. I mean, he thinks that ball's going to hit him, and look at the movement. It's almost like a left-handed slider. That's good stuff.
It's going to be fun watching the scoreboard tonight. Arizona was trailing the Dodgers 2-0 as Panik wraps this one foul. And now the D-backs have tied that game up, and that's just in the 2nd inning. It's 2-2. And Milwaukee's an out away from sweeping the Cardinals. Who'd have thought that?
Wow.
And that's a little low, and they're sweeping the Cardinals in St. Louis, and the Cardinals will finish out the season in Chicago. Panik, high pop-up down the left field line, and it's going to be right by the tarp and right behind the tarp.
Brewers are going to leave St. Louis, and they're going to have a day off tomorrow. Then they're going to head into Milwaukee, and at their home ballpark, they're going to take on the Detroit Tigers. So a lot to be determined. Cubs are winning. If they win tonight, the Brewers win tonight, the Cubs will have a half-game lead over them.
And too bad they weren't playing together or playing against each other.
Cubs play tomorrow. They do not have an off day against Pittsburgh at home.
Rockies play tomorrow, right?
Rockies play tomorrow. It's the 4th game of the 4-game set against the Phillies.
See what's going on in the Central. The Brewers just won, so they've clinched a spot, at least a wild card spot, and they're celebrating on the field in St. Louis. And I don't believe that they thought that that was going to happen, as this is lined right at Jankowski, and that'll end the inning. After 1, 0-0.
Cresco, your #1 choice for tool and equipment rental with 19 stores to serve you in Northern California.
It's 0-0. Second inning. Renfroe, Hedges, Spangenberg facing Casey Kelly. I don't think this is hit into the hole for Avellino. And Slater is going to got him. It's pretty nifty though. Renfroe thinks he missed him.
Well, the Padres are going to take a look at it.
No, they're going to say take a hike. It's a good try.
All right, let's take a look. Did he get him? Yeah, he got
Probably
him.
got him there. Probably got him.
Well, then he touched
there.
the base, and they got him like 3 times. That should be the end of the inning.
You know what? You should get fined. So here's Hedges.
Yeah.
Hedges hitting .235 with 14 home runs. 37 runs batted in. And he swings and maybe got a piece. It's 0-2. For a broadcaster, Casey Kelly's probably one of the easiest names to rattle off. It's just too easy.
Well, it's a good baseball name.
Abiatal Avellino.
Mighty Casey.
Pop foul and out of play.
Mighty Casey on the mound.
More work for Avellino. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy.
All right, gentlemen, I had a chance to visit with Hunter Pence today. He joined me for an interview for Giants pregame live, and well, it got a little bit emotional. He teared up when I told him some of the things that his teammates have to say about him, all extremely positive, of course. He was speechless for a second, but it only lasted for a second because it's Hunter Pence. He always has something great to say. He went on to tell me that he's proud of this group, that no one during this season has finger pointed. There's been a lot of growth. He thinks there's a strong foundation, and that the future very bright with these young stars. He said a lot more, and you can check out the entire interview off of my Twitter account at Amy G Giants. It's a good one, guys.
Yeah, I would go back to what when Amy G interviewed Madison Bumgarner after the win last night, and what Bumgarner said. I think he said something along the lines of, he's maybe one of the best teammates I've ever had, maybe the best. Spangenberg takes low, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, Pablo Sandoval, when he left San Francisco and headed off to Boston, he said the 2 guys that he was going to miss are Bochy and Hunter Pence.
And Spangenberg shoots in the opposite way for a base hit.
Hunter Pence said today that, he goes, I'm not done playing. He goes, I want to go back down, and I went to that batting coach down in Southern California, and I bought into his philosophy, but I needed more reps with it. So he wants to go back and see him, and he wants to go to winter ball with the idea and the hopes that he could light it up, employ that new swing, and then come back. He says, in an ideal world, I'd love to sign back with the Giants because I think we have another run with this group. I mean, you talk to this guy, and he's just so positive.
I talked to him today, and when we were finished, I thought the Giants were trying to clinch tonight.
No, he is that positive.
No balls and 1 strike. And that's just a bit high. Spangenberg's got 6 steals. He can run. Very close.
Now, as you mentioned, Casey Kelly does all the little things right. Holds runners on well. He's got an outstanding move to first base. A number of different moves he can give you. number of different moves that he can give you going home.
And there's a solid base hit up the middle. Spangenberg is going to stop at second. So back-to-back 2-out base hits, and here's Jankowski.
Well, you need help with a consumer problem, you can contact NBC Bay Area Responds or Telemundo 48 Responde. They've recovered more than $2 million for Bay Area consumers. So call 1-888-996-TIPS or visit NBCBayArea.com/response. Whether in English or Spanish, they respond to every call, every email. NBC Bay Area, we investigate.
Jankowski at the plate. Casey Kelly's got a base to play with. And this is right at Avellino, and that'll end the inning. Padres strand a pair. Shaw's going to hit first.
Big O Tires. Tires, service, straight talk. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Well, secure a spot at the front of the line for some of 2019's biggest games, including matchups against the Yankees and opening day. Book now, receive 10% discount. Place your deposit for tickets at sfgiants.com/2019. Shaw's going to lead things off. And Shaw on the ground. Urella to Perdomo.
Well, that's what you're going to get with Perdomo. He is a ground ball machine. He got big time sink. It is Oktoberfest tonight, and we've seen Lederhosen and some polka. Lots of good attitude. We had brats and sauerbraten and red cabbage.
Keep going. You're on a roll.
Well, you know,
that's all I got. Words, you know.
Well, Matterhorn.
Garcia fouls it at the plate.
Heineken. That's about it.
Yeah. Hansen's on deck. Pitch is low. 1-2. There they are.
That guy in the right's lead guitars for AC/DC.
Outside, 2-2. Foul back. Garcia in the game yesterday. 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts.
Well, and over at Seals Plaza, they were doing the chicken dance. I don't know if its origins come from Austria, but
I thought that's a perfect segment for our pregame show guys, although they're not there on Wednesday.
they're styling. I swear, that's a good look. Makes you want to stand up and start yodeling.
Was that Flannery, Estes, and Ahmed?
Yeah, I'm thinking. It is a clean look, though.
Swing and a miss.
Can't put those on without smiling.
Here's Hansen. Hansen at 257 with 8 home runs. He's got 39 runs batted in. And he looked like he was taking all the way, and he takes a strike.
Well, you know, it's fun because the theme nights are always very colorful.
Right. Foul right at the very end.
And we see the national costumes, and we get to listen to the music.
Yeah, I don't remember our fans really needing the theme night to dress up to come to the park.
No, they get it. They're having fun, and food. We get to have the tonight in our cafeteria. We had German food. So Oktoberfest in September. I think it's a good theme.
And tight. 1 and 2. And a check swing to make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Giants will have tomorrow off, and then the Dodgers are in town Friday night, and of course a lot will be determined as to how important. Well, all those games are going to be important, but right now Arizona is leading LA 3-2, and this should end the inning, and it does. Perdomo's going to lead things off. It's 0-0.
For a location near you, visit Lenardi's.com or find us on Facebook. Lenardi's, quite simply the best.
No score. Here's Perdomo, who can hit a little bit. And on the first pitch, he lifts one out to Blanco. So 1 out. StubHub has the best selection of 100% MLB verified tickets. Download the StubHub app. It's the official partner of the San Francisco Giants.
You know, one thing we've seen here at AT&T the last couple of games is a very unusual wind. A lot of wind blowing out to right field. Right center.
Yeah, we got this little guy a ball. And you said it. That's how you're supposed to react.
That's the look you're looking for.
As Galvis takes high.
But bottom line is, pop-ups and fly balls right now are just not easy.
Check swing. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's a part of the San Francisco tradition. Pop-ups and fly balls not easy. It's been that way since the major leagues came to San Francisco.
They are an adventure.
Out of play, 1 and 2.
But I mean, you know, for the most part, I mean, you get the winds blowing out straight out to center field. So I mean, you know, if there's a pop-up hit down the foul line, the ball's going to come back into play on the right side of the field. But now all of a sudden you get to September and it all changes. Different winds than you normally see through the early part of the season. A little bit in April, but pretty much end of April, May, June, July, and August. The winds blow the same way. But September, it's anybody's guess what the winds are going to do.
This is lined into right center field where nobody's at. As Galvis hits it right through the shift, and he's going to go for 3, and he's going to make it.
Well, I mean, that's the benefit of the shift. If you're a hitter and you hit away from it, a single can turn into a triple if you've got speed. And they really thought he was going to hit the ball to left center. And he hits it right between Blanco in center and Pence in right. And with Galvis' speed, I mean, that's an easy 3-bagger, and he sees it immediately.
Remember, 4 hits last night for Galvis. Here's Myers, who struck out in the first inning. Giants play the infield in, and Myers rolls it foul.
I had somebody stop me in the store the other day and said, why do guys slide when there's no throw to a base? I said, well, it's easier to stop sliding than it is standing up.
Or they don't know. I mean, usually if you're going into third, everything's behind you.
But if your third base coach says stand up, guys still do slide because it's harder to stop, especially if you're older.
So Casey Kelly, a quick 0-2 to Myers.
Pitcher for the strikeout.
This is going to be deep enough for Galvis to score, and it's 1-0. So good job by Myers. And that's the benefit you get out of taking that extra base, where you get a triple instead of a double. And here's Reyes.
Giants still trying to figure out Franmil Reyes. Usually tall guys are pretty easy to figure out. Pitch him right there.
And that'll end the inning on the pop-up to Joe Panik. Padres are on the board. Slater to hit.
2018 Subaru Impreza. More than a car, it's a Subaru.
1-0 Padres. Is Slater to lead things off for Luis Perdomo. It's 6 up, 6 down with 2 strikeouts. One ball hit hard, and that was Panic lining out to Jankowski in center field.
The thing about Perdomo is he can get a lot of quick outs within 3 pitches. I mean, that's the beauty of being a sinker ball. When he has struggled, he has not been able to harness the movement on that big sink. And there is such a thing as having too much stuff, and it certainly has been the case with Perdomo. See how they play Slater. That's our StatCast AI powered by AWS. Our gamer babe.
She came ready tonight.
Yes, she did.
Got him.
Generous call. Well, Xfinity X1 customers say, show me the San Francisco Giants into your X1 voice remote. Get live stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1.
Here's Avellino. Avellino is 0 for 5 in the big leagues. And he quickly falls behind. No balls and 1 strike. And there's his first big league hit. There you go. And we hope many, many more to follow.
That'll fire him up. That a bit. That was one of our keys in his last start when he was over at second base earlier in the series. So tonight he gets himself a hit and a batting average.
Right to the authenticator.
But first they have to deke him like they're going to throw it into the stands. And believe it or not, it still gets guys.
Yeah. Here's Casey Kelly. He's trying to bunt the tying run into scoring position.
Bam Bam Eulens, I mean, he loves that.
Tap foul.
Kelly, pretty good hitter.
He stabbed at it.
There's your authenticator. He's going to put the stamp of approval on it, which validates that it indeed is what we believe it is.
So it's 0-2. And it's 0-3. And here's Pence. John Miller here. Or he'll be here. Dave Fleming on assignment. John will be in here innings 4, 5, and 6. As Pence swings and fouls it out of play. Pence bounced out to short and his only other at bat. Runner goes and he bounces another one to short. And Galvis is going to throw him out to end the inning. John Miller will be in. I'll see you back here in the 7th. It's 1-0 Padres.
My friend and our Hall of Famer John Miller.
And so far, Casey Kelly throwing pretty well.
I mean, he always does. Giants just need to break out the offense, free the hostages, get a few hits.
Come on, it's not so. Wouldn't be such a bad idea. And a big swing and a miss. Hunter Renfroe gave it the big swing from the hips, trying to launch one swing there. So he's behind in the count, 0-1. And that's down and away. Casey Kelly, who was a first-round draft choice by the Boston Red Sox. So once a highly touted prospect. There's a swing and a high pop-up. Now that's in the wind. And let's see who's going to take charge on it. And it's the first baseman, Slater. Came all the way over, kind of rode to the rescue. And Avellino seemed to be grateful.
Well, that's exactly what you have to do on a night like tonight. Unpredictable winds, strong winds. And if there's a pop-up or a high fly ball and it's in the no man's land between positions, you got to have a whole bunch of guys converge on it. Not an easy night to catch fly balls or pop-ups.
So Renfroe is gone. Here is Hedges, power hitting catcher. And he takes ball one. Wick stays up in the Padre bullpen, so maybe the 3 innings is all they're asking from Perdomo.
Look out.
High and tight.
There you see Brad Wick, the left-hander, one of 13 members in that Padre bullpen.
That is a fair ball. Hansen really had no chance at it. And it will be a double for Hedges. Austin Hedges hit that one really hard. His 14th double of the year. And the Padres, who lead 1-0, have a runner at second and 1 out. So here's Spangenberg now. Spangenberg hit a single his first time. And that's a ball with some cut to it, way off the inside.
Put a little on, take a little off, hard stuff in, soft stuff away. Curveball, cutter, changeup.
Is that the changeup?
You know, that I think was the pitch in between a changeup and a fastball. An 86-mile-an-hour velocity to it, which is a little louder than what his normal changeup is, but not quite what his fastball normally is. He's got good feel with all of the stuff. He's got a nice touch with everything.
Off the fists. Joe Panic. And that is out number 2. Over to third base goes Hedges.
And that's just it. I mean, a little bit softer batting practice type fastball with sink on the outside corner in a good spot. Come back with 90 in on the hands, and he jams Spangenberg. I mean, that's a nice 2-pitch sequence to get the out.
Kelly, who will turn 29 next week, just 3 days after the end of the season. And he had kind of a cool reunion when the Giants went into Cincinnati back in August. And there's a big swing and a miss by Pirela, and it's 0-1. His dad, Pat Kelly, is the bench coach for the Reds. And Casey Kelly made a start against the Reds in that weekend series.
Well, it's a baseball family. As you mentioned, his dad, Pat, the coach. His uncle Mike also played the big leagues. Brother Chris and his cousin Dustin played the minor leagues. His cousin J.K. is the pitching coach at University of Washington.
Casey Kelly played in high school both football and baseball, and then the University of Tennessee recruited him to play both baseball and football for them. But the Red Sox drafted him in 08, and they drafted him as a pitcher, but he wanted to be a shortstop.
Everybody wants to be a shortstop guy.
And there's a shortstop, Avelino, and the inning is over. So Hedges, a one-out double, but he is stranded. 1-0 Padres to the last of the fourth.
Is brought to you by Toyota, designed for the grind that comes through every time. See your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
MLB At Bat is your #1 Giants app. You get great features such as MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcasts, and much, much more. Download MLB At Bat today.
Yep, good night for a wool cap.
Padres 1, Giants 0 as we go to the last of the fourth inning. And the pitching change For the Padres, Brad Wick on to pitch when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts.
Wick off to a good start. He's got 6 strikeouts in 5 innings. And a low 90s fastball, a slider, and a changeup combination.
The Giants got the win last night. Madison Bumgarner knocked in the winning run against a pitcher named Wick. But that was the right-handed Wick. Rowan, no relation to Brad Wick, and his last name, although pronounced the same, spelled differently. This Wick is W-I-E-C-K. Oh, Blanco chased that one. 1-2. Blanco called out on strikes his first time. Perdomo had 4 strikeouts. 3 of them were on called third strikes. Perdomo 3 innings, 1 hit allowed, no runs, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. And 93-mile-an-hour fastball for the strikeout, swinging this time. 1 away.
You know, that's the one thing that managers really dread during the regular season is when they have to have a bullpen game. Starter goes down late, they haven't got a starter to fill in for his shoes. All of a sudden you declare it's a bullpen game. Well, it's not an issue in September. As we mentioned, the Padres with 13 relief pitchers in their bullpen.
Joe Panic called strike 1.
I mean, you would never think that it's a good thing to have a bullpen game, especially in the month of September, but a lot of these guys need some work. You got 13 men in that bullpen. There are a lot of guys sitting there just basically being a season ticket holder.
So they get a great seat.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what happened with Casey Kelly here. Kelly threw an inning in St. Louis on Sunday, and that was the first game he had appeared in since September the 4th, which is that's a little over 3 weeks ago since that game. That's a little bit outside. It's 2-1. I asked Kurt Young before the game, the Giants pitching coach, about Kelly, and he said they felt that he could go 75, 80 pitches. He's thrown 48 so far through the first 4 innings. 2-1 to Panic, who lined out to left center his first time. And that's strike 2 called.
Brad Wick a bit unusual because of his height. He's 6'9", weighs 255 pounds. And you know, you just don't see guys that tall very often. Although Wick not the tallest left-hander we've ever seen. Randy Johnson would be that guy.
And the Mets have a guy 6'10", Hillman. Is it Hillman? And that Washington had a right-hander by the name of Rauch.
John Rauch.
Yeah.
Giants signed a guy out of University of Kentucky, last name Jelly. And I think he's 6'11".
Taller than any of them. Jelly. 2-2 the count. Right back to Wick. 2 down. With 2 down, Shaw coming up. Let's go to Amy G.
All right, gentlemen, you know the Giants are always doing something fun, and tonight it was Marvel Night, a night to celebrate superheroes right here at the Yard. Lou Ferrigno, the original Hulk, and Lawrence Fishburne, who stars in Ant-Man and the Wasp, were here to talk to a crowd of VIPs, and then they threw out the ceremonial first pitches to Ty Block and Pierce Johnson. Ty and Pierce told me they agree their favorite superhero, Thor. Gentlemen, you're going to need to answer that question. Who is your favorite superhero?
Willie Mays.
That's I want to be like Willie Mays.
When I was a kid, Willie Mays was a superhero.
He was. He's kind of been that way in our eyes his whole life.
1 ball, 1 strike. Although when we were kids, the superheroes were just in the comic books. There was a Superman TV show.
And then Batman.
And that was a comedy.
Yeah, it was hysterical. But I told the guys in the pregame show, I want to be Pepperoni Man. I turned bad guys into a 6-pack and a pizza at midnight. Very popular on road trips with my teammates.
Is this Captain America here at the ballpark tonight? I hope that's Captain America.
I think it is.
2-2 now to Chris Shaw, who grounded out to first his first time. The Padres bullpen is working again. Miguel Diaz throwing. Fourth inning, the Giants trailing 1-0. There's a broken bat, and in center, caught by Jankowski. 3 up, 3 down against Wick. On to the fifth inning. 1-0 San Diego.
Mercedes pivotal play, September 26th of 2006 against the D-backs. Moises Alou, well, he had a walk-off home run. Hit it off of Arizona's Brandon Land, and the Giants would win it 4-2. Moises Alou, our Mercedes pivotal play.
One nothing. The Padres are leading. And ball one from Casey Kelly. In the game in Pittsburgh, the Chicago Cubs were leading 6-4 in the ninth inning with 2 down, runners at second and third for the Pirates, and 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Starling Marte got both of those runners home.
Game in Chicago
at Wrigley Field. So the Pirates have tied the Cubs in the ninth inning. They were down 6-2 into the eighth inning of that game. Oh. Well, Casey Kelly tried to shovel the ball to Slater, but Slater wasn't home. He was going for the ball himself. And over to second base goes Jankowski, a very fast runner.
Very odd play. Once it got past Casey Kelly, it was going to be very difficult because of the speed that Jankowski could put on a play. I mean, Kelly right now is thinking, I have this, and then when he doesn't have it, and he finally gets to it, the flip goes to nobody. You can see Slater going for the ball as well. There was nobody at first. It was kind of a blind flip, and Jankowski, seizing the opportunity, scampers into second base.
And the pinch hitter will come up now. A.J. Ellis, the veteran. Runner at second. So I think they scored that as a hit for Jankowski plus an error.
Hit and an error on Kelly, the pitcher.
And also Slater does not have a whole lot of experience at first base. But when he went over for that ball, then it was guaranteed that they weren't going to get Jankowski out. And
this is one of the better players on this Padre team.
to handle situational at bats. A.J. Ellis really has good bat control in these scenarios.
0-2 the count.
Now with a runner at second base and nobody out, and 1-0 ball game in the fifth, you're pitching for the strikeout. And right now Kelly's on top of him, 0-2. Got to be careful with Jankowski with 24 stolen bases. He will steal third if he has the opportunity, if you don't pay attention.
Jankowski has 24 steals, been thrown out only 6 times trying. And a block there by Garcia. Jankowski had to hold at second. 1-2. Galvis is on deck. Casey Kelly, we were talking about the Cubs game tonight. Anthony Rizzo has become a big star for the Cubs. He had been with the Padres the first time we saw him, and then was traded to the Cubs, where his career gets turned around completely. That's a foul out of play. But before that, Rizzo had been signed by the Boston Red Sox, and both Casey Kelly and Anthony Rizzo went from Boston in the Adrian Gonzalez trade when the Red Sox acquired Adrian Gonzalez from the Padres after the 2010 season.
Good pitch, good take. We talked about plate umpire Ryan Addison. We don't know his strike zone, and the players don't know it either. I mean, he's a guy who was in the Pacific Coast League this year. And the point being is, if you're taking a close pitch like that, you don't really know the umpire. I mean, you're flipping the coin.
Breaking for third, Jankowski. Avellino throws out Ellis at first, but he gets that runner over. So 1 away. The Sharks hockey returns. Optimism very high for the Sharks, for the group of returning All-Stars and newly acquired Erik Karlsson. Sharks hockey returns on Friday, October the 5th. That's a week from Friday, to NBC Sports California. Giants bring the infield in now, trailing 1-0 here in the 5th inning. 1 out, runner at third, and the batter Galvis, who has just worn out the Giants. He is 1 RBI away from equaling his career record for RBIs in a season.
Ooh, where was that? And that's exactly what Casey Kelly's thinking.
One ball, no strikes. And he foul tipped that ball. 1-1. Galvis scored the only run of the game back in the 3rd inning after hitting a lead or a 1-out triple in the 3rd.
Call a balk.
A balk has been called against Kelly.
I have to see the replay of this.
So it's 2-0. Jankowski ordered to go home on the block.
Addison did not hesitate. All right, so Kelly gets on. I didn't see anything there.
1-2 now.
No, that's a stop. That's a start. Start and a stop, and that's a balk. That's a good call. Kelly knew he did it.
No swing on the appeal. Third base umpire Nick Marley.
When you balk a runner in from third base, you just want to try and hide behind the rosin bag.
Three and 2 the count now. got a piece of it. Still 3-2. Padres with Diaz, a right-hander, getting ready for the last of the 5th inning. Right up the middle, base hit. See, now that balk, Galvis feels like, man, that was my RBI. Would have tied my career record.
And I do believe he's thinking that. This is salary drive time. Galvis trying to get to 250 before this end of the season. He's at 248 right now, and he's had a nice series.
He's had 2 more hits tonight. He had 3 hits and a walk. In fact, he had 4 hits and a walk last night. And a hit and a walk Monday night. He's worn the Giants out. And this series is not necessarily an exception either. He's hit well against the Giants all year.
All year. Galvis going to be a free agent at the end of the season. And he's going to get more than one offer. Good player.
On 1 the count, or 0-2 the count, I beg your pardon, to Will Myers. Galvis, with that 4-hit game last night, also had a 4-hit game against the Giants last week in San Diego. And he's hitting close to 300 against the Giants overall this year.
Saw Ray Black getting ready in the Giants bullpen. I mean, Casey Keller's throwing some good 2-strike pitches. He just can't get the Padres to commit to him.
Strike 3 call. Second strikeout for Kelly. Both times the strikeout came at the expense of Will Myers. By the way, Mike, you're talking about Galvis. And he's not a big guy, but he's pretty sturdy. This is the Padres' 159th game. And it is the 159th game that he has started. So he has started every game the Padres have played this year, and not always at the same position. On 1 to Franmil Reyes. Galvis has started more games than any other player in Major League Baseball this year, which is hard to start more games than your team has played. Andy Green. And managers appreciate guys.
Oh,
they're going to be in there every single day.
Absolutely do. I mean, that's a true commodity. It's a position you don't have to worry about.
That's fouled. This guy Reyes, today he has flied out to right center and popped up to second. He's had 5 hits to right field the last 2 days.
Well, Casey Kelly has had him figured out. Yeah, we need to get her a blanket. A little cold. And she doesn't like when her team is down 2-0.
That game at Wrigley Field there in the last of the 9th inning, it's 6-6. The Cubs having blown a 6-2 lead in the last 2 innings of that game against the Pirates. I think the Cubs fans at Wrigley are getting a little bit nervous.
Well, they are.
The Brewers have already won their game, and they were only a half game out at the start of the day. So Reyes down on strikes, but the Cubs the Padres had a run leading 2-0. cool the pain. 25 years ago today at Candlestick Park, Billy Swift beat the Padres for his 20th win of the season. Swift joined John Burkett to become the first Giants teammates to both have 20 wins in the same season since 1966, when Juan Marichal and Gaylord Perry both won 20 plus. Burkett ended up 22-7. Billy Swift 21-8 back in '93. The Giants, by the way, how many 20-game winners have they had since then? None.
0.
Nada.
It's getting harder and harder to do. Pitch count.
Diaz, the new pitcher for the Padres. And it's time for a change. Think Speedy, oil change and auto service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts.
Take a look at the 23-year-old right-hander, Miguel Diaz. 10th time he's come into a ball game. He's got good stuff. He has been a starter and a reliever. First got into professional baseball with the Brewers back in 2012. And got a little over a year's time at the big league level. But he's got the 4 pitches you see from a starter. Fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. His velocity mid to high 90s. Good stuff.
And Garcia back out of play.
Family here. All dressed appropriately.
Two and two the count to Garcia with Alan Hansen on deck. And back to the screen again. 96 miles an hour with that one. Colorado tonight has a 14-0 lead over the Phillies in the top of the 9th inning in Denver.
Phillies have collapsed.
Huge collapse. That off the glove of the catcher, Austin Hedges. 3-2 the count. So the Rockies are looking pretty strong for their 6th straight win. The Dodgers, meanwhile, are trailing 3-2 to Arizona in the top of the 5th. That's in Phoenix. The former Dodger, Zach Greinke, on the mound for the D-backs. Here is Galvis, and he throws out Garcia, 1 away.
Well, this Friday is African American Heritage Night presented by PG&E as we honor Willie McCovey. Purchase a special event ticket, receive a Willie Stretch McCovey t-shirt, which is extremely cool, and a ticket to see the Giants take on the Dodgers. Go to sfgiants.com/special events for African American Heritage Night tickets. There's the great McCovey.
Over the statue, a McCovey Point. The other side of McCovey Cove. Hansen shows bunt, takes a called strike. Giants bullpen is busy. Ray Black is up again. So maybe Casey Kelly is finished for the night. Here is Renfroe in left center. 2 down. Hansen is 0 for 2. The Giants have only 1 hit so far. That was by Aviatal Avelino, a single in the 3rd inning with 1 out. Here comes Austin Slater now. Kelly has thrown 71 pitches in 5 innings. And they had him kind of penciled in, as we mentioned, for somewhere between 75 and 80, so he may be out of there.
Solid start. Look, he gave up 2 runs in 5 innings. It all gets magnified when the Giants haven't scored any runs, so he's on the hook here. As the Giants offense tries to allow him to spit the hook.
Two 2-0 with Avelino on deck. Two and 1 now.
Good 2-0 pitch right there. Does tell you what side of the plate that Slater looks for when he's ahead in the count. If he's looking fastball, he was looking middle in.
I feel foolish.
And that sinks low. 3-1 the count with 2 down and nobody on here. Padres with single runs in the 3rd and 5th innings. And it's a walk for Slater. Time now for Built for Baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. Aviatal Avelino got his first major league hit in the 3rd inning against Perdomo. And here it is.
A nice little inside out single right through the right side of the infield. So he and Luis Perdomo will be joined at the hip through eternity.
And the ball 1. Avelino, who, and you talked about this last night, I get 283 overall in the minor leagues this year with 15 homers, 27 steals. As Hedges out to speak to Diaz. But he showed some pop with 15 homers in the minors this year. In the Yankee organization.
Good credentials. Plus, he can steal a base. Got great speed. One thing that he has to work on is more consistency with his glove. He's a very similar profile to that of Alan Hansen. Like last year at shortstop, he made 21 errors, and that's something that he needs to tighten up as he goes forward.
Phil Maton, a right-hander, number 88, up in the Padre bullpen now. Safely back to the bag is Slater. Ray Black heating up in the Giants bullpen. Chase Darno is on deck for the Giants with the pitcher Kelly due up next. High and foul and out of play off the right field line.
If you're a player and you have the ability to play both sides of second base, which Avelino has, and you have the ability to hit double-digit home runs given an opportunity to play, get 500 at bats, and you can steal 20 bases, and that's every team wants that.
There goes Slater, and Hedges with a wild throw. Slater didn't realize it, and it might not have mattered anyway. Jankowski charged hard backing up the play into shallow center, but it's a steal for Austin Slater.
His 7th of the year, and he has not been caught stealing. And I think what Andy Green is saying, that there was some interference from Avelino. Ryan Addison played umpire. Let's take a look and see what happened. I don't think he was in the way. I think he got down. But if you're looking from the first base side, Andy Green, he's making a case.
One and two the count to Avelino. Now a base hit could mean a run. And timeout was granted on what would have been a wild pitch. Who knew?
Well, he may have tried to hold up too, so that may have been the cause of the wild pitch. We will never know.
Oh, no. That's exactly the way he was trying to throw it.
In fact, he could have had 2 bases on that wild pitch. That's how wild that pitch was.
He would have been home already. So 1 ball and 2 strikes still. Slater with a long lead from second. Nobody playing anywhere close to the bag. Well, you can get a really big lead. Now the second baseman Spangenberg tries to edge over a little bit. Just a little bit low.
At 97.
By the way, and I believe the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Because that one pitch that bounced in the dirt, that wild pitch, didn't count. Sounded like he broke his bat on that one. And Myers throws him out. We're headed to the 6th inning. Renfroe coming up. 2-0 Padres. In 2008, 10 years ago today. This ball by Benji Molina, and he got a single on it. And what happened is that the Giants said, wait a minute, it hit that aluminum awning on the top of the roof there, which that's a home run. And that was just the beginning of replay review on boundary calls. And then the umpires, they checked it out and said, oh, you're right, it's a home run. But there's something more. They told Benji Molina or Emmanuel Bruce Bochy said, listen, if Benji gets a single, you go in and run for him. So that's all Burris knew. He's getting ready, warmed up and stretched and whatnot. So Benji gets a single. And Burris goes bolting out onto the field while the Giants are starting to complain to the umpires, saying that they think they should check this out. And so now he's at first base, and the umpires come back and say, okay, it was a home run after all. And then Bochy comes back out and says, wait a minute, my guy who hit the home run, I want him still to be in the game because he was only leaving the game if it was a single. And the umpires basically said,
no.
and I could see what they were thinking. There was no rule that covered that. This was a brand new thing, this replay review idea. And so they said he already came into the game, therefore Molina is out. And then Burris had to circle the bases for the home run. And Benji hit a home run, got an RBI, and did not get a run. Emmanuel Burris scored the run on the home run.
A unique call. Right now, we have a new pitcher. When it's time for a change, the Expedia Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. Ray Black coming in for the 25th time. The hard throwing right-hander, just 15 hits allowed in 22 1/3. Lots of velocity, 2 types of breaking ball.
Renfroe, who has lots of power. This is power versus power. 2-2 the count to him. He has grounded to short and popped out to first. They needed that. That was the very first time that a replay review on a home run was ever actually called for during a game. And it was really kind of good because they needed to iron out some of those kinks. Strike 3 called.
100-mile-an-hour fastball.
Not too shabby. Let's go down to Amy G now.
All right, gentlemen. Well, Aramis Garcia behind the dish tonight. He is a natural catcher, but he's been doing a bang-up job at first base while Brandon Belt has been out, and he has really impressed skipper Bruce Bochy, who told me he didn't know what to expect from Garcia when he started playing first, but he's handled it so well, making the types of plays that really experienced first basemen make. Aramis Garcia told me he's only had 28 starts at first in the minors, but he also played some first base in college. He said after BP, he would head out to first base just to take grounders. He added he's not a fan, gentlemen, of days off. So when you can help out at another position, hey, you get to play more. Good strategy. John?
All right, and that's true. You play multiple positions, you get some more playing time. Again at 100, but just a bit outside. Hey, 1 ball, 1 strike to Hedges.
If you're a bench player and you're not starting, I mean, batting practice is your time. I mean, you can let your manager know that you can do other things just by taking ground balls at another position or fly balls in the outfield. Let him know you can do all those things. Volunteer to warm guys up. Let them think you can catch. The more roles you can play, the more at bats you're going to get. The more opportunity you're going to get.
2-1 to Hedges, who has grounded a short and doubled. Casey Kelly went 5 innings, 2 runs, 6 hits allowed, 3 strikeouts, no walks. And that will go out of play. 2-2 now to Hedges with Spangenberg on deck. They're in the last of the 10th inning at Wrigley Field still. Pirates 6, Cubs 6 on the out-of-town scoreboard. Arizona leading the Dodgers 3-2 in the last of the 5th inning. If the Dodgers lose that game, they will be in second place in the division behind Colorado. Colorado with a 14-0 win over the Phillies tonight for their 6th straight victory. And if the Cubs lose that game, there's those scores on the hand-operated out-of-town scoreboard here at AT&T Park. There's the Cubs score just starting to come into view. The Brewers won. If the Cubs lose, they'll be a half game out of first in the Central. And that's all for Hedges. Strike 3.
Good curveball. Well, for award-winning investigative journalism, that makes a difference. Watch NBC Bay Area. NBC Bay Area, we change laws, we change lives, we investigate. If you have a tip, contact NBC Bay Area at 1-888-996-TIPS or visit NBCBayArea.com/we-investigate.
Brewers have won 3 in a row in St. Louis this week.
Swept them. Unbelievable. They got a chance to celebrate on the field in St. Louis. They're going to the playoffs. They just don't know how yet. If they're going to be a wild card team or if they're going to win the division. I don't think anybody in Chicago who has been a Cub fan all year, all their lives, thought that the Cubs were going to fall out of first place. But that absolutely could happen. Cubs are going to play the Cardinals this weekend. The Brewers are going to go home and play the Tigers.
The second division American League team in interleague play that will not be able to use a DH at Miller Park, the National League Park.
Guy's got his playoff Christmas sweater on. Nothing ugly about that thing.
I was just thinking that. Now that's a good look. 1 ball, 1 strike to Spangenberg, who singled and grounded out to second. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Another 100-mile-an-hour fastball there from Black. He's coming in, he's throwing strikes.
Well, he can dominate. I mean, he's got great stuff. Where his growth is going to be is in perfecting his motion to where he can repeat the stroke, have a little more command, and come up with a 3rd speed. Change up or a split. But he's got the fastball part down.
Wow, nasty. And he strikes out the side. Very impressive. 2-0 San Diego.
Friday, the Giants will be awarding the 2018 Willie Mack Award, which is an honor bestowed upon the most inspirational player on the team. Come out early to see Willie present the award in a ceremony pregame. Go to sfgiants.com for tickets.
Back here at AT&T Park, the Giants trailing 2-0. Miguel Diaz, the third Padre pitcher. The Padres going with a bullpen game tonight, and Chase Darno will come up as a pinch hitter for Ray Black. And then the top of the order, Hunter Pence and Gregor Blanco to follow. Just off the outside. Cubs won their ball game. Albert Almora with an RBI single in the last of the 10, so they came back and beat the Pirates anyway after blowing a 6-2 lead. They won it 7-6 to remain a half game ahead of the Brewers in the Central Division. Ball on a strike now to Darno. But meanwhile, Arizona leading the Dodgers 3-2 in the last of the 5th in Phoenix. Both bullpens are working here. The big left-hander Castillo warming up for the Padres. Oh, he chased. 1-2. And the Giants have Pierce Johnson, a right-hander, getting ready in their bullpen. There he is, number 58. Alongside Matt Herges, the bullpen coach, and there is Castillo. Padre bullpen coach is Doug Buckler. Struck him out. He got some serious heat.
Another one of those good young arms that the Padres have. A lot of velocity coming out of the Padres bullpen.
So here is Hunter Pence now. Pence has twice grounded out to short in this game. Both of those at bats were against the starter, Perdomo. And that's a called strike on the inside. Giants have only one hit. That was a single to right in the 3rd inning by Avelino. His first major league hit. Did Pence swing? Yes. That was the ruling from Marvin Hudson, the first base umpire.
And crew chief.
And the last word, the final say.
The final say.
High and foul and out of play off to the right. Dwight Kuiper will be returning from his exile over in the radio booth in the 7th inning. When the Padres come to bat in the 7th. Back to the screen. Pence stays alive.
That's the one. If you make contact up there at 97, it's going to generate some power and it's going to elevate on contact. Power on power. We saw a quick pitch.
That ball was up and he hit it foul well down the right field line back into the crowd.
We saw Hunter Pence hit one of the longest home runs of the year in San Diego, the last road trip down there. So he's feeling it.
Jankowski in center. 2 down.
Not that time. A little out front.
And we have seen Pence hit some long home runs on those high pitches. And he told Andy Baggerly a story that it was Pedro Feliz. Remember Pedro Feliz, a Giants third baseman?
Yeah. Happy Pete.
He said it was Pedro Feliz who taught him a drill that helped him with that high pitch. He saw Pedro hitting off a tee that the tee was very high. He'd hit one, then he'd make it go higher, and he'd hit one, and he'd make it higher again. He said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Well, they keep getting me out of that high pitch. I'm practicing on it."
It worked.
So Hunter tried it, and he said it did work. Dwight Kuiper will be back for the 7th. 2-0 Pods.
Toyota dealer through 6 full innings of the play. Padres on top of the Giants 2-0. Just 1 hit for the Giants. Casey Kelly started, did well, but the Giants just cannot support him. 3 pitchers have combined for a 6-hit shutout so far through 6. It's 2-0 Padres. That's our Toyota game summary. New pitcher now for the Giants when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair expert. It's going to be Pierce Johnson, the new pitcher for San Francisco, and joining us back in the booth, my friend Dwayne Kuiper.
All right. And a call strike. A.J. Pollock just hit a 3-run home run.
So what's the score now in Arizona?
6-2.
6-2 Diamondbacks over the Dodgers.
And a foul back.
Ray Black, nasty tonight.
Yes, he was.
Struck out the side. So how was it over there on the radio set?
It was very good.
Well, we missed you.
Yeah, I hardly believe that, but thanks for trying. 0-2 pitch is popped up. Who's it going to be? The shortstop, Avelino. 1 out. And here's Jankowski. Jankowski, well, he's a little dribbler, and things kind of fell apart after he hit that little dribbler in the 5th inning. And a breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, you know, that's the good thing about having speed like Jankowski has. I mean, you put pressure on the defense. You create your own opportunities because you're running hard down the line. Defense has to come up with a play.
Oh, and 2.
That's a great group right there. Yep. She had a few tears, but now she's happy. He's happy. Blue blanket. I'm going with blue blanket.
And it looks like Mom and Dad aren't affected at all. You know why? They're at the ballpark. They're not on an airplane.
That's true. Airplanes and babies, they just don't go together.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Jankowski, and it's fouled out of play. Nice catch. So far, the biggest ovation we've had was a catch by a fan here in the 2nd level.
That's a pretty good catch.
Hit well to right. Pence is looking up and gone. Jankowski with his 4th of the year. It is 3-0. And he scored 2 runs in this game.
He gets a breaking ball here, and he was sitting on it. From Pierce Johnson's perspective, it was a breaking ball that had a little too much height on it. You see the location hanging right up around the belt. And Jankowski does not miss the mistake.
Wish he would have tried to bunt. Here's Javi Guerra as he's going to pinch hit.
That's right off of the Benji Molina metal roof. Yeah, home runs make you smile.
And Guerra takes a strike. And it's in tight. Not by much. 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's been an interesting strike zone tonight with the rookie Ryan Addison behind the plate. And there have been a lot of calls around the corners that have not been called a strike.
So I think you would qualify that as a hitter's umpire.
Yeah, I mean, he was given those pitches early in the game, and now they have suddenly dried up and gone away, which means it's an erratic strike zone. And that's one reputation you do not want to get if you're a plate umpire.
One and two. With one out. Back. We'll do it again. Galvis is on deck, who now has turned into Rod Carew. 7 hits in the series for Galvis. But first, Javi Guerra, and he got him.
Good curveball. A little anger behind that curveball. We'll check out the 49ers pre and post game live 1 hour before and after every game. Greg Papa, Dante Whitner, and Jeff Garcia will be on 49ers pre and post game live 1 hour before and after the Niners face the Chargers this week on NBC Sports Bay Area Plus. The home of the authentic 49ers fans is right here, NBC Sports Bay Area.
Here's Galvis, a triple and a single. And a fastball high, 1 ball and no strikes. Yep, anything to entertain
the broadcasters.
Yeah,
that was
true.
Good.
Yeah, that was good. Pitch outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, we're easily entertained.
Yeah, my dad does it, so do I.
If
monkey see, monkey do.
you have the privilege of raising kids, then you're easily entertained.
Yeah, they are entertaining, especially that age. And if you do something, they want to do it.
3-0.
Of course, that doesn't change. Yeah, I think she likes it better on Dad.
And a strike, 3-1. I could go for some nachos right now.
You could wake me up at 3 in the morning and say, I got some nachos here.
Yeah. Foul back, 3-2.
He was trying to knock one out.
Could be the perfect food.
Nachos, yeah. I thought it was popcorn.
I think I would go for that first.
Well, you throw a few jalapenos on there, and now you've got all the food groups represented.
And we'll do it again. It remains 3-2.
Which makes him the perfect food.
Three balls, 2 strikes. Myers on deck. 7th inning, a run in. And he got him. As there's another good breaking ball. Minkowski with the home run. Bottom of the 7th coming up.
Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. By Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. By Xfinity. X1 will change the way you experience TV. And by Kelly Moore Paints. Go where the pros go. Kelly Moore, the painter's paint store.
Welcome back to the yard. Giants going to the bottom of the 7th inning, trailing the Padres 3-0. Padres with a pitching change. And when it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. New pitcher for San Diego is Jose Castillo, the youngster, 23 years of age. Two-pitch guy, throws hard, mid to high 90s, and a hard slider.
This is the one guy that it seems like he pitches in every game against the Giants. And he hasn't been up here all year, but he pitches in every game.
He's got good stuff. And he's not just a left-handed specialist. He can get the right-handers out as well. Castillo with 48 strikeouts in 36 2/3 innings. That's good stuff.
Well, the Giants are down 3-0, so they need base runners. And that means a walk here would be just as good as a base hit. And instead it'll be 3-2.
When you figure a guy that's mid to high 90s with a fastball with a 3-0 lead and a 3-1 count, he's going to throw you a fastball, right?
I don't think they're. Well, we talked about it last night. The pitch out's the fastball count.
There's no such thing as a fastball count.
Panic out of play as he stays alive. He used to try to get into that 2-0, 3-1 count. The hitters still do it, but you're not guaranteed to see a fastball. And Panic, nice at bat as he takes the walk. Well, preseason basketball, it'll be the Warriors and Timberwolves Saturday at 5:30 on NBC Sports Bay Area. The world champs return for a preseason game against the Timberwolves.
There's Rusty, Mike Phillips. One of the best in the business right there.
One of the reasons we show Rusty is when you talk basketball, he can still dunk.
Maybe if he falls into a pool.
Oh, he takes that donut and he dunks it right into his coffee.
That's exactly right.
High and foul down the left field line and out of play. It's 0-2.
Rusty can still do a 3-hour session out there on the waves at Ocean Beach. He's a surfer. One of Northern California's finest. At least he tells us that.
0-2. 0-3. And that'll bring up Garcia. So here's Garcia. Garcia is 0 for 2. Did that ball squirts away from Hedges. You and John talk about the Brewer Cardinal game at the end?
Well, we couldn't. No, we didn't talk about the play that was the controversial. When we talked about the celebration on the infield.
Well, the Cardinals were going to tie the game in the 8th inning, and the runner at second who was trying to score was going to score easily, and he fell. He tripped and fell.
He fell between third and home. He'd have scored standing up.
They would have made it 2-2, and he got up and they tagged him out at home by 30 feet.
The throw came into the catcher who was facing the right field line. He didn't know that the runner had fallen. He catches the ball and he swipes where he thinks that a would-be sliding base runner would be, and there was no runner there.
No, it was empty. I don't know the kid's first name. His last name was Garcia. And I don't know if he was in as a pinch runner. We were actually trying to broadcast our game while we were watching, so I wish I could be a little bit more specific. But if you watch the highlights tonight. High drive, left center field. It is out of here. And it's 3-2.
And that was not a hanger, folks.
That's his 4th home run, and Bruce Bochy will tell you he struck out 4 times last night, but he'll look at the strikeouts if you do that once in a while.
This is the first hole at the Olympic Club. He goes down there and just golfs it right out of here. Gives you an idea how strong this kid is. And he gets great extension. That is a beautiful home run. The kind my partner likes to call home run calls to.
When it makes contact, there's a pretty good chance it's going to go.
Look, he keeps adding baseballs for his father's mantle in the trophy case back home.
Yeah, I wish his dad was here tonight with those Florida shorts on.
Take a look at the dig as he goes down and backspins it. It's tough to backspin a ball when it's down below your knees, and that's exactly what he does. Head stays down through the swing. That's great extension. And Castillo in 37 in the 3rd innings, that's the 3rd home run he's given up.
I think he's going to think he made a pretty good pitch.
Yeah, he absolutely is.
Or maybe a pitch that is where he wanted to throw it.
So the young man you're thinking about in St. Louis was Adolis Garcias.
He was crushed. No swing, 3-2. And he ends up getting them with a breaking ball, 2 down.
Well, you want the numbers on the home run for Garcia? Here they are. This is our StatCast. He hit it 105 miles per hour, 403 feet. They say 27 degrees. Launch angle is perfection. He's a little high, but that's the way my partner prefers him.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind another one or two, to be honest with you. Here's Slater. And a strike. Slater with a base hit to right field. Bring up Avellino.
Avellino just got through watching that home run off the bat of Garcia. I mean, he may be thinking the same thing here. He's got some power. Andy Green looking him right in the eye, asking him if he's okay. I mean, every pitcher's going to say, yeah, I'm okay. There's Roger Craig. He wouldn't even listen to what you were saying. He'd look you in the eye.
Yeah, all the times I've gone out to the mound, I never heard one pitcher say, no, I'm done.
Yeah, get me out of here. It's just not going to happen, but the eyes don't lie.
On the ground and a base hit. I'll tell you one, Avellino does not take a lot of pitches. Crawford was out on deck. It's going to be Kelby Tomlinson, and then Andy Green's got to make a decision.
Well, that's who do you want to face? You wanted to face Tomlinson against Castillo, or do you want to have Crawford? Well, they got a lefty out there too, so
yeah.
It is going to be the other left-hander.
I think he's going to ask him how he feels.
Too late for that.
It's 3-2, and we'll be back.
Runs in already, and they got 2 on and 2 outs, and the new pitcher for the Padres is going to be Matt Strom. 40th time he's come in. 1.97 ERA in 59 1/3 innings. I mean, he has earned his way up the ladder in that Padre bullpen.
And the first pitch is high. 1 ball and no strikes. Tomlinson. With a chance to tie this game up.
Strom with a low to mid 90s fastball, curveball, slider, changeup package.
One ball and 1 strike on the swing. Ain't gonna miss.
And he's kind of got the same arm slot as Tony Watson. It's a low 3/4, long and lanky. He's got just kind of a lazy arm delivery that ball can get on you quick. He can pitch very effectively up around the letters too. High fastball is a good pitch for him.
It's going to be in the seats down the right field line. It's 1-2. One and 2. 2-2. Slater at second, Avellino at first, and the 2-2 pitch coming up. Emergency swing, foul, and we'll do it again.
That's the pitch that is so hard to defend, because from that low 3/4 swing, you're getting a natural cut on the movement of the fastball.
And another 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Runners go. Swinging a foul, and they had second and third stolen easily, because clearly Strom is concerned about one thing, and that's going to home plate, and you can't blame him for that.
Now with 2 outs, and 2 strikes, his concentration's on the hitter. But to the Giants' credit, I mean, they timed it, had good jumps, a base hit. Finds a gap, he'll score 2. And now they're going to get another good jump. 3 and 2, 2 outs.
Two. Tap to third. And that'll end the inning. Aramis Garcia hits one out to left center field. It's bye-bye baby. We will head to the 8th. It's a 3-2 ball game. Dodgers series on Friday night. It'll be Ryu for the Dodgers and Madison Bumgarner for the Giants. And you see career against the Dodgers in 30 starts for Bumgarner, 15 and 10, and for Ryu 4 and 6. Sam Dyson is the new pitcher for the Giants.
See the number, 73rd time that he's come in. Healthy body of work for Bruce Bochy. 3 saves, 4 wins, 2.77 ERA. We'll try and keep the game at 3-2.
Myers will be the hitter, and Myers takes a pitch outside. Myers is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. And the pitch. Here it is. Swinging a high pop-up. It's going to reach the seats.
Got a Panda fan making a play. That a bit.
One ball and one strike.
Pablo Sandoval moving around well. He'll be ready for spring training.
Would not be shocked at all if he walked by us and said, "Hey, I'm playing winter ball."
I expect him to.
I would not be shocked at all. Pitch is down low. It's 3-1. So Dyson really slowing things down.
To a crawl.
To a crawl. Let's check in with Amy G.
All right, gentlemen, it's time for our Ask Amy G segment. Tonight's authentic fan question coming from Lisa Thomas. Here's what Lisa had to say. She said, being a pitcher to her would be the scariest baseball job. What non-baseball job sounds the most stressful to the players? So Lisa, I got you a couple of answers. I talked to Austin Slater. He said that he couldn't handle being a bus driver, especially in San Francisco. He hates traffic and it would stress him out trying to make a tight turn. Aramis Garcia, we're right on the same page, me and Aramis. A chef, he's not having it. Customers and their requests, he would freak out. He doesn't like people to be mad at him. And then Chris Shaw had a couple. He said he would not want to be a skyscraper window cleaner or a Wall Street broker. He's just not doing it. If you have a question for a player or a coach, tweet me at Amy G Giants and then hashtag it Ask Amy G. Only a few days left, gentlemen.
All good ones. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Reyes, and it's low. One ball and one strike.
Well, that's a good question.
Oh, it is a good question. I mean, there's like 100 better answers than those.
Well, I know, but we would run the risk of losing our job if we started listing on the top 10.
Exterminator. Shoot me. One ball and one strike. Traffic, I do admire the people that drive in the city, and they have to do it for a living. Runner goes, and Garcia comes up empty. It'll be a stolen base for Myers, his 11th. Myers looked like he actually wanted to steal the base, take it home with him.
Got that off the stem. He de-stemmed it. Yeah, driving a big truck in the city, that'd be rough. So ouch.
Well, the one thing you can do is, we witnessed, if you drive in the city,
yeah, it's just park it in the middle of the street.
park it in the
Not a
middle of the
problem.
street, open up the back, and then just go get some coffee.
Every Uber driver has figured that out.
Pretty good pitch, but close in this case goes to the hitter, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think it would be stressful being a winemaker. Harvest comes in and you're responsible for putting out a good product every year. That's a lot of pressure.
Well, that explains why Rob Davis looks like he's 89.
Yeah, but he's happy.
2-2. hanging breaking ball, and Reyes just missed it.
I mean, your dad was a farmer for years. I mean, being a farmer's stressful. You got to worry about rain. You got to worry about bugs and locusts and
weather. Yeah, and farmers do have to worry about the weather. That's for sure.
Is there ever such thing as a perfect year for a farmer?
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect amount of rain. That foul will do it again.
Now that's the job I want. That is a low stress deal. All you got to worry about is being able to get as much whipped cream as you can in that glass. Although we watched Lee Hammer selling peanuts last night, program director for KNBR, a Giants flagship radio station, and he looked like he was having a stressful time. Just make it change.
In the dirt, nice block by Garcia. It's 3-2.
That is a good play. And if you ask Garcia how you did this, he probably couldn't give you a great answer. You just kind of let your hands think for themselves.
Can you tell he's been playing first base?
It helped him on that play.
Tapped. Better hurry. Thank goodness Reyes wasn't running. One out, and on the play, Myers moves to third. Here's Renfroe. Giants now have to pull the infield in. And he runs that first pitch inside. He's got his velocity tonight. That was at 96.
Yeah, that little guy, pretty happy.
Pretty happy.
So is the old man.
Tap foul. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Big time movement at 96. This is Sam Dyson's all about. See what Hunter Renfroe has done in 50 fewer bats than last year. More RBIs, just about the same amount of home runs, hitting higher average. It's been a good year of growth for Renfroe. Going right back inside on his hands at 96. He needs the strikeout.
The home run got by Garcia made it a 1-run game, and the Giants would like to keep it at that with 6 more outs left offensively. Got him. It's what he needed.
It's what he needed, and it's what he got.
So not out of the woods yet. One of our favorites.
Another Covey fan. He'll be on the field Friday night handing out the Willie Mack Award. It's the 36th year. Better check that. That's going to be important come Friday night. 38th year. Beg your pardon.
See?
Sorry, Big Mac.
That's why you had to check.
I know.
You were about ready to give bogus information.
Only one guy could do that.
Who's it going to be? Avelino. Nice job by Dyson as he pitches through the walk and the stolen base. Pence, Blanco, panic coming up. That'd be a BI. You're the man.
The San Francisco Giants may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
A 3-2 lead for the Padres here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And the Padres have brought in a new pitcher. It's Trey Wingenter.
Hard thrower. 21st game that he has come into. 25 strikeouts in 16 2/3. That's fantastic strikeout ratio per 9 innings pitched. It's a big fella, 6'7", 200-pounder. He throws hard, mid to high 90s with a hard slider. Two-pitch guy. And it is rally cap time, officially.
Margot comes in to play center. Jankowski moves from center to right. Pence takes a strike. Wingenter threw 1 inning. Last night he threw 11 pitches. No hits, 2 strikeouts. And Hunter Pence would like to have that one back.
Well, it was a hanging slider up around the letters.
Watch this.
And he just missed it.
And he got another one, except that one was a little lower. It's 0-2. Base hit. To him 3 straight breaking balls.
And they're all hangers. I mean, that's if you're a catcher and guys hung a couple, I mean, you got to think about throwing something else.
You would think. Here's Blanco. Gregor's looking for a hit. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. And Blanco gets a pitch in on his hands. This was his hit last night that gave the Giants the lead.
And he went up there, looked like he was thinking left field to hold back. Got it past Renfro. Giants would take the lead.
Hedges ran out of room as that sidewall where that fence is got on him pretty quick. Good effort.
Not afraid of that railing at all. Look out. Yeah, catching gear can make you brave.
One and two. No swing. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
So Nick Marley, the third base umpire, not convinced. That was close. Take a look at how close it was. Yeah, good call. Not that close.
Good call is correct. Foul back. Gregor with a pretty good rip. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Winginter at 6'7". I mean, he's not quick to the plate. I mean, he has an opportunity to steal a base. Hedges, the catcher, has a very good arm, however.
There you go, 3 and 2.
I guarantee that not feel very good on the hand of Austin Hedges, the way that hit his glove. At that velocity, that'll ring you up.
Fence goes, swing and a miss, throw down to second, and they got him. And that's a backbreaker. It's a backbreaker because you figure that Gregor Blanco is going to at least make contact.
Well, you got a good look at the arm of Hedges too. We're not exaggerating. We said he's got an outstanding arm, and there was no place for pinch to go.
So now with 2 outs, here's Joe Panik. So that wastes the leadoff walk. And Panik takes a strike. Oh and 1. Down low, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Look at Winginter with his height and his velocity. Kind of reminds you a little bit of Jerry Spradman. Used to pitch for the Phillies and the Giants.
1 and 2.
Long and lanky. I mean, it's such a different delivery because you get a real long whip-like arm action. Problem with long and lanky is it's not an easy motion to repeat. You can be wild with it.
Hit up the middle. Spangenberg will make the play, and that'll end the inning. Pence with the hit, wiped out on the double play. 9th inning coming up. Baseball in NBC Sports Bay Area, and it's home of the authentic fan. We do have some fabulous fans, young and old. Yep.
She's waving to you, Kite.
We're waving back. Here's Spangenberg, 9th inning. Strickland on the mound. And the pitch. It's down low. 1 ball and no strikes. There's Strickland in his numbers.
3-5 with 14 saves on the year for Strickland. His season really derailed when he broke his hand just over a month.
Foul down the left field line. 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's great pitchers or ball players today. I mean, they'll let you know what their hobbies are. And for Hunter Strickland, who is a hunter, you take a look at his glove and you can see the camouflage on it. You can see the camo. There's the camo. I mean, the designers, the glove designers now, I mean, they're unbelievable.
Well, we thought our glove designers were unbelievable.
They were.
They've taken it to another level. Foul back, 1 and 2.
But if you're the rep for Rawlings and you know you got a guy like Hunter Strickland who is a hunter, I mean, you know that you bring in a camo glove, you're going to get his attention.
Yeah, even if he doesn't like to hunt, his name is Hunter.
Yeah, you should have a camo glove.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Pirela and then Jankowski. And he got him. Ran up there a high fastball at 96. Pirela is 1 for 3. He singled with 2 outs in the 2nd inning. little check swing foul. One ball and no strikes. And a pop-up, but that's going to be to our right.
A little disappointment here at the club level. Gentleman had a chance to make a play, and he swiped at it and knocked it down at the level below. You got to represent your level.
Yes, you do. You cannot let it get down below.
A little overthrow there, a little sling. Every pitch that a pitcher makes, he'll make an adjustment off of whatever he throws. If you make the perfect pitch, you try and duplicate it. If it's not the perfect pitch, you try and get back to where it's perfect. Shorten your stride, get a little more out front, a little higher elbow position. Just a lot of little corrections that you make, and you adjust on every pitch. You miss that when you retire.
Yes, you do. Good breaking ball, 2-2. The difference in this game right now is the home run by the guy in the on-deck circle, Jankowski. Two balls, two strikes. Oh, this one's going to be just below us. Actually, just above us, and it stayed up there.
Well, I guess he'll tell you he brought his glove, but that's not the kind of glove we were talking about. But hey, it worked. He made the play.
And this is right behind home plate. 2 outs. By the way, we should mention that we had a really, really nice visit today with Peter McGowan.
Great to see him at the ballpark. Still had the sparkle in his eye.
Yeah. Loves being at the ballpark, of which we're always thankful to him and others for this beautiful place.
Well, and keeping the Giants in San Francisco.
They're doing that as well. So Jankowski waits on Strickland. And a shot past Slater down the right field line, totally away from the defense. Pence made a nice play to get to it, and Panic made a nice play. And the fact that he was moderately close gives you an idea how well it was played.
Well, I don't think you could work a cutoff any better than that. And I don't think you can work getting a dig out of the corner when you're playing over in Cripples Alley like Hunter Pence was any quicker. But Travis Jankowski could fly, and he was thinking 3 bags when he left the box. I mean, he was off to the races. That's a beautiful stride right there. And in the end, it was close. Hansen could not make the play in the 1/2. Would have made a difference. But the fact that he got there relatively close is a testimony to a good relay.
Hosmer is going to pinch hit. So it's final. Arizona beat the Dodgers 7-2, and the Dodgers are in second place. Rockies move into first place by a half a game. Rockies play tomorrow. Dodgers don't. Rockies win. They could be in first place by a full game.
And be in control of their destiny.
Yeah.
And if you're thinking about the weekend, Dodgers come here. Giants will play them 3 games over the weekend. The Rockies will entertain and host the Washington Nationals. And there's the National League West.
And let's see if I do my math right. Scherzer pitched last night, right?
Yes.
So
he's done.
Whether they have a day off or not, maybe.
Unless they bring him out of relief, which I don't think that they would do.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Well, the 5th day would be Sunday.
Yeah, if they keep him on a 5th day, then he would pitch the last day of the year.
One ball and one strike to Hosmer.
If it means something, I'm sure he will.
Yeah. I guess you have to look into the eyes of Scherzer and say, all right, Mr. Scherzer, are you a Rockies fan or are you a Dodger fan? And I'm sure he would say, I'm a fan of taking the baseball and trying to beat somebody.
Well, he's also pitching for a Cy Young.
And not a great place to pitch in if you're trying to.
Coors Field? I don't know. A guy that can strike out 300 people in a season, I don't think he cares where he pitches.
Way up high. It's 2-2.
Yeah, that was an overthrow there. Trying to add on a little too much. The other interesting series is the Cardinals and the Cubs. The Cardinals are a game out of the wild card, trailing the Dodgers and the Brewers. Cubs-Cardinals play in Wrigley Field this weekend.
Pirates almost beat him tonight. They got it to extra innings.
The Pirates are down 6-2 and they tied it.
Slowly hit, but Hansen's there, and Hansen makes a nice play to end the inning. For the Giants, it'll be Shaw, Garcia, and Hansen. Continues, and it'll continue Friday night at 7, NBC Sports Bay Area, KNTV, and the Giants Television Network. That's where you'll see it. And the Saturday afternoon at 1 with an hour-long pregame live at noon on NBC Sports Bay Area. So here's Kirby Yates with the Padres leading 3-2.
Take a look at the numbers for the closer for the Padres. When Brad Hand moved over to Cleveland at the trade deadline, Kirby Yates climbed up the ladder, assumed the responsibility, And he's been very good. 11 saves in 12 opportunities, 85 strikeouts against 14 walks in 60 innings. And you're going to see a good fastball that goes mid-90s. It's got sink. He can cut it. Slider and a changeup. And he's a strike thrower.
Shaw, and a leaping catch by Hosmer for out number 1. So Hosmer into the game right at the right time.
Well, they really played it back too in respect to the power of Chris Shaw. He jams him, a little broken bat, but Hosmer, because he was playing deep, had a chance to go back on it. And it winds up being a hang with him for Chris Shaw.
Here's Garcia. Garcia homered in the 7th. And he takes high. 1 ball and no strikes.
Aramis Garcia, one of the guys who's really been fun to watch. When you start talking about the call-ups in September, he's had the kind of month that rookies dream about when they get the call. His 4th home run tonight.
Two balls and 1 strike on the challenge and a swing and a miss. Hansen's on deck. We are in the 9th. Hunter Pence has had a night where he's 1 for 4. Back and a nice rip, 2-2. This was the home run. Came against Castillo.
Well, he went down and dug out a slider down below the knees and backspin it over the wall. An impressive swing of the bat. Usually you hit a ball like that, you're going to get topspin on it. Not with Garcia.
Pretty good take. 3-2. So Garcia's going to take the walk.
Nice at bat.
Let's have a base runner in the 9th. Here's Alan Hansen, and Brandon Crawford's come out, so he's on deck.
In 60 1/3 innings, Yates has given up 6 home runs. Just in case you're wondering.
I was wondering.
Yeah, me too.
Gorky Hernandez now at first. And a high fly ball into center field. As Margot makes the catch.
Giants have 10 walk-off victories this year. That's second most in all of Major Leagues. 3 of them have been against the San Diego Padres.
So here's Crawford. Crawford. To pinch hit. On his day off out of the starting lineup. And he takes outside for a ball. Jankowski is guarding Triples alley, so right field is open.
Well, by the looks of the first pitch, Yates is going to stand that outside corner. If he does with his sink, I mean, that's something Crawford will do, and he's got power to left field. He can take that movement and he can go out to left with it if he catches it with backspin. That was a changeup. And that was away from the intended location. "14 homers on the year. Evan Longoria getting stretched out. And the other thing too, what Bruce Bochy will do, he will green light Crawford. He is one of the better Giants in his swinging in the 3-0 count. He likes it.
He does. Longoria comes out to the Undick circle.
And he won't be part of it. Easy takes.
So here's Longoria. Longoria had one of the real great at-bats in St. Louis against the kid Hicks, who throws 105. And he worked him hard. Hundley is on deck.
So I think this is all about the signs. When you bring in Spangenberg, the second baseman, and we're talking about the signs you're going to use with a runner at second base.
So here's Longoria with the tying run at second base. This count is 2 trips now?
Yeah.
I mean, they got more than they need.
Yeah, he just had a second thought.
Here's the pitch to Longoria, and a swing and a miss. Longoria clearly looking for a fastball, and he got it.
Well, the outfield positioning is pretty much straight away. There is an opportunity in Triples alley, and if Yates stays on that outside corner, we've seen Longoria take that gap in right center.
Out of play, 0-2.
Yeah, they set the target in the inside corner there. They wanted to jam him. That was really another missed location from Yates. He has not been sharp with this command tonight.
Oh, 2. And the pitch. Foul down the right field line and out of play.
And they're just going right at him with fastballs. Again, they set the inside target, and again, it was out over the plate away.
Good speed for the Giants at second.
Well, Yates wants to start over. And he wants to start over again. He's not. Can't tell me he's committed to one pitch. I mean, he's had second thoughts about a couple of things.
He goes fastball up and in, and that'll be the ball game. So maybe it was a location issue for Yates, but the Padres take the final game of this 3-game series, so they take 2 out of 3. And now the Giants will say goodbye to the Padres and welcome in the Dodgers on Friday night.
Well, and another good night for Aramis Garcia, who continues to have a great month. I mean, his big swing of the bat in the 7th inning, a 2-run homer, made it a 1-run ball game. And those are the bright spots. When your youngsters have nights like this, you want to talk about them.
So the Giants dropped this one to the San Diego Padres, the overall season series. The Giants go 11-8 against San Diego. So final score here tonight, it's the Padres 3 and the Giants 2. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned. Giants postgame live presented by Toyota starts right now.